Ever had a brilliant idea? One for a book, a business, or a project you loved. You were so incredibly excited about this new opportunity, and you simply couldn't wait to finally begin working on your amazing new project. But as the days and weeks quietly slip by, that one amazing idea that once felt so full of promise is just left to sit there completely untouched. It feels like a powerful and unseen force is always holding you in place, a strange barrier that consistently stops you from ever taking that first step. It's a subtle voice that plants seeds of doubt in your mind, whispering convincing excuses and the sweet siren song of waiting until tomorrow. What if that feeling holding you back isn't really laziness, but a universal resistance that every single creator is ultimately destined to confront? In his book, The War of Art, author Steven Pressfield finally names the internal enemy we all face, and he simply calls it resistance. Now we will explore the internal force called resistance, a powerful enemy that works from within to sabotage our most important dreams and ambitions. We are about to uncover the critical difference between an amateur and a professional, a distinction that is absolutely essential for mastering your craft. We're about to explore how to truly show up and give you the tools to win that crucial inner battle you face every single day. Let's begin now. Idea 1. Resistance. An invisible force called resistance fights your creativity. It's a powerful barrier that rises up when you face your most important work. This enemy is tricky because it hides in many forms. Procrastination, self-doubt, fear, and endless distractions are its favorite disguises. Resistance is the voice that says, "I'll do it tomorrow," when we know we should be doing it today. It's the master of convincing us to delay. This force attacks hardest when we pursue something that truly matters. The closer a project is to our heart, the stronger resistance becomes. It knows our deepest vulnerabilities and attacks us right where we are weakest. It's a strategic and personal enemy that lives inside our own heads. Resistance loves to play mind games, filling our thoughts with failure and inadequacy. It convinces us we don't have what it takes to succeed. It can trick us into thinking we're working hard by keeping us busy with trivial tasks that feel productive but ultimately accomplish nothing. The key to victory is to recognize resistance as an internal enemy. By understanding its tricks, we can finally begin to fight back effectively. The goal is not to eliminate this force, but to push right through it. We just have to learn to keep moving forward with our work one day at a time. It's a daily fight to live the life we dream of and reach our full potential, not letting this invisible force define us or hold us back.
Before we continue the video, let's be honest about reading. If you're a visual learner, trying to force your way through a book can be painful. Reading a full book can feel impossible because your brain craves visual stimulation and words on a page just don't provide that spark. But with the BookWatch app, you can absorb an entire book in just 15 minutes with our animated book summaries. We create engaging visuals that match exactly how your brain works for thousands of books. Start learning the way your brain is truly meant to. Download the BookWatch app free with the link in the description or search BookWatch in the App Store. Also, if you are enjoying our free content on YouTube, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Idea 3. The role of the muse. The muse is an ancient guiding force, a source of creative energy, whispering divine inspiration and ideas directly into the artist's ear. The muse is a deep internal force you must learn to invite into your work rather than something you can simply command or control. Engaging the muse requires commitment and respect for the process, being open and ready for inspiration whenever it decides to finally appear. It's about showing up ready to work consistently. It's not about waiting for a magical moment, but about actually doing the necessary work. The unpredictable muse often strikes when we least expect it to, but sometimes it feels completely absent no matter how hard you search for it. While the unpredictability is frustrating, it's part of the process, and it's what makes creating so exciting and ultimately very rewarding. We each have our own unique source of inspiration, and this personal connection is what gives creative work its wonderfully unique personality. Nurture your relationship with the muse by being open and trusting the process. Believe it will guide you in ways you might not even expect. Idea 5. Fear as an indicator. We're taught that fear is simply a warning, a red light telling us to turn back and retreat to the comfortable safety of what we already know. But what if we reframe fear not as a warning, but as a compass pointing you toward the very thing your soul truly needs you to do next? The fear you feel about a venture is a direct measure of how much it matters. The greater the fear, the more you can be certain of its true importance. This simple idea flips the script entirely. Instead of running away from what scares you, you are meant to turn and walk directly towards it. Fear means you are at the edge of your abilities. It is a clear sign you are pushing boundaries and exploring new territory essential for growth. Feeling scared doesn't mean you're weak or unprepared. It means you are confronting something with the potential to be truly transformative. Embracing fear doesn't make it easy. It still requires immense courage to acknowledge the feeling and take that first step forward despite it. Amidst infinite choices, your fear is a powerful guide pointing to the path that is most meaningful and vital for your soul's true purpose. Fear becomes a tool for navigation. It's a sign that you are on the right track, heading towards your most authentic work and your truest self. Idea 6. Rationalization. Rationalization is making excuses for not doing your work. You'll find any reason to delay, like feeling you're not in the right mood today. The trick is that these excuses often sound reasonable. You'll convince yourself you need to do more research or buy better equipment first. This form of self-sabotage becomes easier to repeat the more you rationalize it, and ultimately, you're just standing in your own way. It becomes a powerful habit that's hard to break. You're effectively talking yourself out of doing the very thing you truly want to accomplish. Rationalization is deeply linked to fear. You might have a subconscious fear of failure, judgment, or even the pressure that comes with success. Fear builds barriers, making you wait for perfect conditions to start, but this is an excuse because that perfect moment you're waiting for rarely exists. Overcoming this requires honesty about your delays. You must recognize it as a defense mechanism and commit to moving past the fears and doubts. Just start working no matter the conditions to break the cycle of excuses and build momentum by pushing through when it feels uncomfortable. Idea 7. Facing criticism and rejection. Facing criticism is a challenge for any creator. When you create, you risk your work not being well received by others, which can be tough to handle. Criticism and rejection often feel deeply personal, especially when you have poured your heart and soul into your work. It's truly disheartening. It's natural to feel hurt or angry and even question your skills and worth. This self-doubt can be a very powerful and negative force inside you. However, rejection is an integral and almost inevitable part of the creative process. No matter how good your work is, some people won't like it. The key is not to let this external feedback stop you. You must learn to differentiate between constructive feedback and mere destructive negativity. Valuable feedback can provide crucial insights into how you can improve your art. Listen carefully to see if there is helpful guidance in the words. Rejection is often less about quality and more about fit. A publisher might pass because it's not what they are looking for at that specific moment. Ultimately, it is all about resilience. It's about developing a thick skin and learning not to take every single negative comment to your heart. Remember why you started your creative journey. This helps you stay focused and motivated, regardless of the external responses that you may receive. Idea 8. The ego and the self. The ego is the part of us concerned with our image. It seeks constant approval from others and is terrified of any and all forms of criticism. The fear of what others might think of your work can be so paralyzing, it prevents you from even starting to create in the first place. The ego makes you create to please others, not from your heart, and this stifles the authentic and unique expression of your true creativity. The self is your true essence, your authentic creative voice. It's unconcerned with external opinions or conforming to certain expectations. When you create from this place of authenticity, you produce work that is unique and true. This is the sacred ground where real creativity flourishes. The primary challenge is to balance the ego and the self. You must be aware of the ego's influence without letting it dictate your creative choices. You can manage this by focusing on the process, not the outcome. Simply enjoy the act of creating without worrying about how it will be received. Develop the self-awareness to know when your ego is taking over. This consciousness helps you steer back toward creating from an authentic place. This balance is key. It allows you to create more freely, to silence the critics, and find true personal satisfaction in your creative work.